So let's just continue with where we left. This is the question that we had started. This is from optional exercise of chapter number 7. Question number 3. Who's Sharanveer Singh? Now it's 11 now. So find the center of a circle passing through the points as given. So I told you that if you take the center as xy, let's take the center as C or O, xy, and these points through which the circle passes will be the 3 points on the boundary. So the logic we will use here is that each of these points, since is a point on the circumference, each of these is a point on the boundary. So their distance from the center will be equal as they all represent the radius of the circle. So that's what we're going to use here. If you have a circle and then let's just, this is, give me a minute. So this is what we have, and what we're going to do is we're just going to let the circle as, let the center as O, and let coordinates be X and Y, and there are 3 points on the boundary. So you can just mark them anywhere, it's up to you. Write down their coordinates, and you can just write down, let center of the circle be O, X, Y. If anyone has done this question, please let me know. Nobody tried this? Yes, okay, Sanmeet has done. These are radii of circle. The reason why they are equal is that they all represent radius of the same circle. The distance of point A from point O, distance of point B from point O, and the distance of point C from point O. Each of these are the radius of the circle. That's why they will be equal. So I'm going to take them one by one. I'll just start with OA equals to OB. I'm going to apply the distance formula here. So I think it will be preferable if I just write down the coordinates for yourself. This is 3 comma minus 7, and this is 3 comma 3. So let's just use this, and I'm going to use OB equals to OC. This is what I'm going to do. So this will be under the root equals to, on this side will be also this. So OA, this will be x minus 6 whole squared plus y plus 6 whole squared. Whereas on this side, I will have x minus 3 whole squared plus y plus 7 whole squared. And let's work with this side over here. Over here, I've got OB. This is the same expression as the one on the right-hand side in the first equation. So I will have, and rather than writing down from what I am doing, it will be better that you do on your own. In case I write something wrong, you'll be able to catch the mistake. This is what we have. Let's just solve. So I'm going to cancel the square roots. Let's cancel the square roots. And then simplify. So this will be x square plus 36 minus 12x plus y square plus 36 minus, plus 12y. The right hand side is x square plus 9 minus 6x plus y square plus 49 plus 14y. I'm doing it side by side. You can do it one at a time. So just cancel the factors which you can, cancel the terms. So these get cancelled. Any other term which gets cancelled? So you're left with minus 12x plus 12y. I'm just bringing the terms from right hand side also. This is what we have, and then I have the constants as 72 minus 58 equals to 0. This is what I have. So this actually becomes minus 6x minus 2y and plus 14 equals to 0. So I just take minus 2 common. I'll take minus 2 common, so I'll be left with 3x plus y minus 7 equals to 0. So this is 3x plus y minus 7 equals to 0. This is equation number 1. Let's work with the second one now over here. X square plus 9 minus 6x plus y square plus 49 plus 14y equals to, simplify the right hand side and you can cancel the roots. X square plus 9 minus 6x plus y square plus 9 minus 6y. Be careful where you have x and y. Sometimes, it happens. It gets mixed up. So this term gets cancelled, x square with x square, y square with y square. The product term gets cancelled, 9 also gets cancelled. So I'm left with 20y equals to minus 40. So y comes out to be minus 2. Any questions still here? After this, it's very easy. You just have to use it and find out the value of x. So from here, x comes out to be 3. So center is 3 comma minus 2. Anyone with any questions? Now, in this particular case, your second pair, this pair, the one I've taken over here, this gets completely solved. This gets solved, you had just one variable and यहाँ से आपको y की value मिल गई. In case this doesn't simplify the way it has here, it is a linear equation in 2 variables. Then you know how to solve that also. आपको पता है कि कैसे solve करना है. You will have a linear equation in 2 variables from first pair, a linear equation in 2 variables from the second pair, and then solve them using any method you have discussed in chapter number 2, linear equations, right? So this one is simpler. You have value of y, you substitute it in 1, and from there you get x, and hence the coordinates of the center. If anyone is noting down, please let me know. All right. So let's take a look at the next question. I told you to think of it on your own. Anyone, the opposite vertices of a square are given. Find the coordinates of the other 2 vertices. These are the opposite vertices, not the adjacent vertices. So if the name of the square is A, B, C, D, then this will be A and this will be C. You have to find out B and D. Is the question clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, beta. So let's just take a look at this question. There is trouble with this, something you people. So let's just take a square. We have A, B, C, D. The coordinates of A are -1, 2. The coordinates of C are 3, 2. And we have to find out the coordinates of B and D. This is what the question is. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just assume the coordinates of one of these. We will be working with one vertex at a time. Let coordinates of B as x comma y. So if the coordinates of B are x, y, what can I use to find out the value of x and y? What's the relation I can use here? Since it's a square, all sides are equal. This is the first relation that I have. So I will have AB equals to AC. If I just, sorry, I'll have AB equals to PC, the adjacent sides. And if I just draw this diagonal here, what can you say about the triangle? This is a right angled triangle. AB square plus BC square will be equal to AC square. These are the two equations that you will have, which will help you to find out the values of x and y. I'll just give you the clues and I want you to solve these on your own. AB is equal to AC because these are sides of square. And why do we have this relation? Because triangle ABC is a right angled triangle. And from the first one, I think you will be able to find out the value of x. This on simplification will give you the value of x. And over here, you will have an equation in x and y, or rather an equation in y. This will be giving you y square minus 4y equals to 0. So from here, you get y minus 4 equals to 0. If you remember, this is a quadratic equation. If you have a quadratic equation, you factorize it and find the value of the variable. So from here, you get two values of y equals to 0 or y minus 4 equals to 0. So you get two values of y from here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these in pairs. So with the value of x, whatever value of x here is, x equals to, I think it comes out to be 1, and you take this, y equals to 0. This makes one coordinate. And again, you will take the value of x because हमारे पास x की सिर्फ एक ही value है. So we will take x equals to 1 and now I'm going to take y equals to 4 with this. So the other coordinate will be 1, 4. So this means that B is 1, 0 and the opposite vertex is 1, 4. These are the opposite vertices. These can be interchanged. Anyone with any questions here? आपको यहाँ पे आके रियलाइज होगा कि आपको डी वर्टेक्स के लिए दोबारा से काम करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आपके पास ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ पे दो पॉइंट्स बन जाएंगे सेपरेट. The abscissa is fixed for both points. The coordinates are different. So take them in pairs and you will have the coordinates of B and D. Any questions? Anyone who would like to ask anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm not sure if anyone gave it a try how to do this question. After this, we have question number 5th. This is not to be done because it is about calculating the areas of triangles. Although you can work with the first part, find the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. So we are not taking that right now. We are not just considering. Okay. Now, question number 6 also is about area of triangle and it uses some theorems of chapter 6, which we haven't done yet. Question number 7th is the one which we can do. I think Sukhmandeep asked me a question. It's based on the concept used here. I hope you will understand what we have. So we have a triangle ABC. We have been given the vertices ABC. The coordinates are given. The median from A meets BC at D. Find the coordinates of point P. Now, what is the property of median? अगर हम A point से median draw करते हैं onto BC, what will be the relation? Let us say you have a triangle. Let's just roughly draw this. This is ABC. I want to draw a median from A to BC. मुझे यहाँ से median draw करनी है. This point D here. This is the median. What can you say about B?
BD is equal to DC.
It's the midpoint of BC, so BD is equal to DC. But I'm not going to use BD equal to DC because I have the coordinates of B and C. मेरे पास B के coordinates भी हैं, मेरे पास C के coordinates भी हैं. I'll simply apply section formula. I'll apply section formula and I'll get the coordinates of B. That will give me the answer for first part. आपको section formula याद है for midpoint? Sum of abscissas by 2, sum of ordinates by 2. That's the simplest formula that you can use. जब आपको midpoint निकालना है किसी भी line segment का, आपको BC का midpoint निकालना है. So the coordinates of B are 6, 5 and the coordinates of C are 1, 4. What will be the coordinates of D? So 6 plus 1 by 2 and 5 plus 4 by 2. तो आपको इसके coordinates मिल जाएंगे. After that, find the coordinates of P on AD such that AP is to PD is divided in the ratio 2:1. So let's just take the line segment AD. आपके पास A के coordinates हैं. These are given as 4, 2. आपने D के coordinates find कर लिए हैं from first part. You can just use those. And then on this line segment, there is a point P. So we have point P and the ratio of these two parts is 2:1. Can you find out the coordinates of P now?
Yes, ma'am.
Section formula, you will use section formula M1 M2 वाला cross multiply करके आपका आंसर आएगा यहाँ से. I hope you remember that. So you will use that to find out the coordinates of point P. Anyone who has a question till here? All right. Then further they are saying find the coordinates of Q and R on medians DE and CF respectively such that we have the same ratio. अब क्या करना है आपको? पहले आपने जो मीडियन ड्रॉ की थी वो A से ड्रॉ की थी. अगर हम बाकी दोनों वर्टिसेस से भी मीडियंस ड्रॉ कर दें, what will happen in that case? Let's just do it over here. So you have a triangle. Let's just roughly draw this. Let's name it as A, B, C. I'm going to write down the coordinates for these. This is 4, 2. This is 6, 5. And this one is 1, 4. And the first thing I want to do is I want to take the median. So this is the median. So this means D is midpoint of BC. Let's find the coordinates. This will be 6 plus 1 by 2, 5 plus 4 by 2. This will be 7 by 2, 9 by 2. These are the coordinates of D. This is the first part. Then further they are saying that on AD, so you can draw AD as such, you can mark it in the figure if you want. Right here, there is a point P and you want to find its coordinates. The ratio between these two parts is 2:1. This is what you have. But it looks a little complicated there. So what you can do is you can draw it separately. That we have the line segment AD, आपके पास A के coordinates हैं 4, 2. The coordinates of D obtained in first part are these, and over here I have a point P lying somewhere which divides this line segment in the ratio 2:1. So I want to find out the coordinates of P. So P divides AD in the ratio 2:1. And just remember that AD here is median. So P is a point which divides median in this ratio. So we will use section formula. and we will find out the coordinates of P. Can you tell me what are the coordinates? It will take a little while because we have fractional values. So I'm just going to cross multiply. If you remember, you have to cross multiply. For the abscissa, you will have 2 into 7 by 2 plus 1 into 4. In the denominator, you have 2 plus 1. For the ordinate, 2 multiplied by 9 by 2 plus 2 multiplied by 1 over 2 plus 1. What is the simplified answer?
11 by 3.
11 by
And
11 by 3.
11 by
11 by 3, 11 by 3. Right? Okay. So what we have actually done here is हमारे पास जो median थी. So this is, I'll just go over these two parts because you have to do this for the other two vertices. A से median draw की हमने BC पे, and this median meets BC at D. D will be the midpoint of BC. So you had this is what was given, median from A to BC. So the name of the median is AD. A से आई थी और जा कहाँ तक रही है D तक, and D is actually the midpoint of BC. With the help of this, you were able to find out the coordinates of D. Once you have the coordinates of D, you were able to find out the point P on this line segment, which divides the median into ratio 2:1. What if now you have a median from point B? अब आपके पास जो median है वो आपके पास point B से है. So you have a median from here. It will meet AC at a point. The name of the point is given as AE, sorry, E, and this will be the midpoint of AC. This will be the midpoint of AC. Will you be able to find out its coordinates? These two paths are equal. At least say yes or no so that I know like you are following what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So E will
Yes,
be the
ma'am.
midpoint of this side.
Yes, ma'am.
If you want, you can write down E will be midpoint of AC. And then you can find out the coordinates of E.
Okay, ma'am.
Right? And further, they are saying that on this median, let's just take a look here. Point Q and R on medians BE and CF. अब आप इतनी बड़ी statement पढ़ने की बजाय सिर्फ इतना सा point पढ़ो. Find the coordinates of point Q on BE such that the ratio is this. This actually is similar to the previous part. यहाँ पे आपके पास मीडियन के ऊपर एक पॉइंट है Q और वो पॉइंट उस मीडियन को 2:1 रेशियो में डिवाइड कर रहा है. और प्रीवियस पार्ट भी यही था, मीडियन के ऊपर एक पॉइंट है which divides the median in the ratio 2:1. And same thing is to be done for the other two medians. आपने पहले AB के लिए जो काम किया, आपने बाकी दोनों medians के लिए भी वही काम करना है. On this median over here, the median BE, you have a point Q. इसके ऊपर कोई point है Q और ratio बनती है 2:1. So doesn't it look like the same question, this one?
Yes, ma'am.
So you will use section formula to find out the coordinates of Q. And finally, you will do the same thing for the third median. तो आपके पास third median जो बनेगी, third median will be from point C now. The third median will be from point C. Let's just draw this. So you have a median now from point C and it will meet this side at F. And this will be the midpoint of AB. आपके पास इसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स आ जाएंगे और फिर उन्होंने कहा है इस मीडियन के ऊपर भी एक पॉइंट है, उस पॉइंट का नाम है R और जो रेशो है वो है 2:1. Now be a little careful, जो रेशो हमने लिखनी है वो हमने यहां से लिखनी है from the vertex towards the midpoint. So every time you have a median actually connects a vertex to midpoint of opposite side. तो जब भी जो रेशो लिखी होगी वो वर्टेक्स की तरफ से लिखनी है आपको. Keep that in mind if you want to know what it is. This over here. मैंने 2 इधर लिखा हुआ है, 1 इधर लिखा हुआ है. Don't read it as 1:2. This is 2:1. Starting from C, from the vertex towards the midpoint, this is 2:1, and then you will find out the coordinates of R. And what you will realize is that the coordinates are same as P. जो coordinates इस point के आए थे first part में यहाँ पे, जिसने पहली मीडियन को इस रेशो में डिवाइड किया था, वही coordinates बाकी दोनों के होंगे. आपकी जो सेकेंड मीडियन बनती है BE, उसके ऊपर पॉइंट है Q. द रेशियो इज 2:1. Q पॉइंट के कोऑर्डिनेट्स भी यही आएंगे. एंड देन द थर्ड मीडियन दैट यू हैव इज CF. उसके ऊपर पॉइंट है R. उसने भी यही रेशियो में डिवाइड किया, तो आपके जो R के कोऑर्डिनेट्स होंगे वो भी सेम होंगे, 11/3, 11/3, 11/3. In each of these cases, this is the observation that we have. And if you actually look at the relation of these vertices with these points, what does that mean? कि जो तीनों medians हैं आपकी, they intersect at a common point. आपने जो medians draw की, when you draw the medians, each of these medians meet at one common point. So this is one median, then you've got second median, and then this is the third one. They all meet each other at a point whose coordinates are 11/3, 11/3, 11/3. And I want you to observe the abscissa and ordinates of the triangle given. Over here आपके पास ये vertices हैं. आपने इस point की जो ratio निकाली, the point which divides the median in the ratio 2:1 is called centroid and divides each median in the ratio 2:1. And its coordinates, the coordinates of the centroid are actually obtained by adding, if you have to obtain its abscissa and its ordinate. What you're going to do is, triangle के जो vertices हैं, add their abscissa. So you will add 4, 6 and 1, divide by 3. And for the ordinate, add the ordinate. So you will take 2, 5 and 4. So 2, 5 and 4, add them and divide by 3. And the answer will be 11/3, 11/3. This is what we have. अगर आपको किसी triangle के लिए centroid find करना है, तो आप क्या करोगे? Add the abscissas of the 3 vertices, divide the answer by 3, and for the ordinate, add the ordinates and divide the answer by 3. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not going into
Yes,
further
ma'am.
details. There are, I think, 2 more parts after this. उन्होंने वो थ्योरेटिकली करने के लिए बोला. इसके बाद नेक्स्ट पेज पे एक और पार्ट है, वहां पे वो बोल रहे हैं ये क्वेश्चन आपको करना है विदाउट वैल्यूज, दैट्स कॉल्ड डेरिवेशन. तो हम अगर जनरल फॉर्म में करते हैं x1 y1 x2 y2 दिस, सो उस तरह से अगर आप सेंट्रोइड फाइंड करते हो तो आप ये डेरिवेशन हो जाएगी. आई एम नॉट टेकिंग दिस अप, आई विल डू इट वंस वी हैव डन द सिलेबस. सो let's leave this for the time being. Do the first 4 parts. If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, I will just
Okay, ma'am.
take up question number 8 here. ABCD is a rectangle. आपको coordinates दिए हुए हैं 4 vertices के, and PQRS are the midpoints of the 4 sides. Can you find out the coordinates of PQRS? This is my question to you. If you have a rectangle, you have the coordinates of the 4 vertices. Can you find out the coordinates of the midpoints of each side?
Yes, mom.
Okay. After you have the coordinates of PQRS, you have to identify what type of quadrilateral PQRS forms. And you have done this type of question in the first exercise. How do you identify type of quadrilateral? You will find out the length of all sides and both diagonals and then decide what it is. But if you remember from last year, chapter 8 quadrilaterals, second exercise, midpoint theorem. वहां पे आपने ये किया हुआ है, the line segments joining the midpoints of a quadrilateral forms a parallelogram. And in case of a rectangle, जो अंदर छोटा वाला quadrilateral बनता है, what type of quadrilateral it is? It's a rhombus. So you can just do this on your own, and if you have any doubts, just let me know. If there's anything else you would like to ask from here. Anyone who has a question before we proceed to the next chapter?
Ma'am, in this exercise, ma'am, we have to do question number, the last question, 4th, 7th, and 1st and 2nd.
First, second. The second I have actually not done with you. You are talking about exercise 7.4, right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am, optional.
हाँ जी, optional exercise में से आपको करना है question number 1, question number 3, question number 4, question number 7 and question number 8.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
After this, we have the next chapter, chapter number 8, which is trigonometry. So we are now going to start with this chapter, trigonometry. So simply stating, this chapter is completely based on right angled triangles. So I will just go over what we actually already know about a right angled triangle. So let us assume we have a right angled triangle. You have always used Pythagoras theorem for these. Yes, let's just name this right angle triangle as A, B, C, and you can use a Pythagoras theorem for this. Please don't write anything, just watch. If we apply Pythagoras theorem, you know that the vertex at which you have a right angle, the side opposite to it is called the hypotenuse. And the sides which contain the right angle, they are referred to as the legs of the right triangle, or you can call them as perpendicular and base, right? And the relation that you have is hypotenuse square is equal to p square plus b square. और earlier जब आपने Pythagoras theorem use की है right angle triangle में, it does not matter आप कौन सी side को perpendicular ले रहे हो, कौन सी side को base ले रहे हो. Only thing that matters is that hypotenuse is the side opposite to right angle. This should be taken correctly. अगर आप ये गलत पिक कर लोगे तो आपका सारा सम गलत हो जाएगा. राइट एंगल के ऑपोजिट वाली साइड को हाइपोटेन्यूज लेना है और बाकी दोनों साइड्स में से आप किसी को भी परपेंडिकुलर बोल सकते हो और किसी को भी बेस बोल सकते हो. सो हम थोड़ा सा ऑब्जर्वेशन को देख के लाइक जस्ट लुकिंग एट द पिक्चर, हॉरिजॉन्टल साइड को हम बेस बोल देते हैं और जो साइड वर्टिकल है उसको परपेंडिकुलर बोल देते हैं. लेकिन अगर आप इसको उल्टा भी बोल दो, आप ये स्टैंडिंग साइड को बेस बोल दो और हॉरिजॉन्टल साइड को परपेंडिकुलर बोल दो, आपके सम पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. आपका आंसर जो होगा, आपकी कैलकुलेशंस जो होंगी वो सिमिलर होंगी. इट विल नॉट अफेक्ट योर आंसर. एम आई करेक्ट?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Do you agree with me or not? This is what's important, to take the hypotenuse carefully. Perpendicular and base can be interchanged. Till now, this is what we knew कि हमें इस तरह से करना है. Opposite side of 90-degree angle will be taken as hypotenuse, and the other two can be taken as base and perpendicular. You could even interchange them. It will not affect the relation here. X square equals to p square plus b square. इस पे कोई effect नहीं पड़ेगा. Right now, what we are going to do is, other than right angle, if out of the remaining two angles हमें कुछ दे दिया जाए, out of the three angles of a right angled triangle, one is definitely 90 degree. If we are given any one of the remaining two angles, based on that we can identify which side specifically will be the perpendicular and which side specifically will be the base. So if you have a triangle, let's just say this is a right triangle that you have, यहाँ पे आपके पास 90 degree angle बन रहा है, and आपको इसके साथ angle C की value दी है. I will just introduce a little variable here, which you're going to see in your books. This is theta, a Greek letter. This is what I have taken, and I'm assuming that the value is given. इस एंगल का मेजर मुझे बताया हुआ है, और this angle is given to me in question. Even if the value is not given, अगर इसका नाम भी रख दिया है, that would mean कि मुझे एंगल दिया हुआ है. Now, once they have specified that there is an angle other than 90 degree, I will specifically mark the sides now. This still is hypotenuse because it's opposite to 90 degree. This will stay hypotenuse. Out of these two sides, the one which is standing and the one which is lying, the horizontal side, the side which contains both angles, this will be called base. And the other one will be called perpendicular. And if this angle was marked over here, if you had